Grecians, which their true name is the Edomites. All right, they're not white people. They're Edomites, man. That's their true biblical nationality. Okay, you're gonna start having to learn your name, man. All right. So that's it, man. It was written about going back before 2,500 years ago, 3,000 years ago. All right, this is written about way before, man. Okay. So yeah, man, the point was made on that. Okay, and I want to get something when it comes to Hamites, man, because we're not Hamites, we're not the same. And Esau would like to put that out there because he knows that the so-called African nations come from Ham. Okay, they know that much. They don't know anything else. They don't know where Esau comes from. They don't know where Ishmael comes from. Especially Esau. They definitely don't know where the Edomites come from, right? But they know where they know where the Hamites come from. You know, let's show you the hypocrisy of Esau. Okay, let's get a. And then I believe this is an Edomite who wrote this, man. This is the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary, man. The Edomites wrote this one, man. Okay? So that's their own people basically saying the truth, man. Okay? This is I'm looking up the word Ham. Okay, this is Ham. Alright? The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, right? Not the Negroes. Okay, so that was going into the dark races, talking about the Hamites, but not the Negroes, man. Not the so-called blacks that were sold into slavery, the so-called West Indians, or Caribbean people, so-called Haitians, man. Not them, but the other Hamites. The other dark races, all right? Okay, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and Canaanites. All right, and you see, and you notice it didn't even go into the West Coast. It didn't go into the Nigerians. It didn't go into the Ghanaians. All right, or the Congolese, because those people are mostly Israelites over there. That's where we came from. All right, so that's where most of our people were, man. Okay, that's why you had Fort Judah, you had Fort Benjamin on that side. Okay. Right. So that's it, man. That's just some proof. We don't even need that, but that's just further validating our points, man. Showing you that the Israelites, well, the ones that you sold into slavery were actually Israelites. Okay. They were actually descendants of the ancient Israelites. All right. And the Most High is coming back to revenge that. We get Isaiah 14, man. Because you're not going to do that to the Heavenly Father's people and nothing happened. All right. This is Isaiah 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Alright, so it said he's going to have mercy on Jacob, man. This ain't going to have mercy on all the rest of these heathens, man. Alright? And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Right? So that's a polite way of saying slaves, right? And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay? So they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. Okay? So who had the Israelites in captivity? Like I was just going into, man. Alright? Going into the Edomites, first and foremost. Okay? So-called white people, which are Edomites. Alright? But not only them. You had the Hamites. Alright? You had the Ishmaelites. Okay? All these other nations had a hand in the Israelite slavery, man. Okay? So they're all going to get that same judgment. All of them are going to have to go into that. Okay? All of them. Alright? They're all going to be under Israel. Okay? And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this parable against the king of Babylon. All right? And who's the king of Babylon? The Edomites are the king of Babylon, man. Okay? Edom. That's the king of Babylon. Why? Because it's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about modern day Babylon, which would be America. That would be modern day Babylon. Okay? And the ones who run modern day Babylon are the Edomites. Okay? And say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of the rulers. Alright? And the wicked are the Edomites, man. Alright? These other nations, they're just heathens, man. Alright? But the wicked is the Edomites. The ones who actually rule this planet right now. Okay? Who you call so-called white people, man. Alright? They would be considered the wicked according to the Bible. There's three parts of men according to the scriptures. There's the sons of God, which are the Israelites, which are us. Alright? And then there's the sons of man, which are the different heathens. Okay? One like Ishmael, Ham, these are the sons of men. Alright? And then there's the sons of the wicked, which are the Edomites, man. And they're running the world right now, man. Okay, they're in rulership. Alright? They have the planet all in disarray. They have the planet all polluted, man. They have these people all depressed and messed up, man. Alright? Strung up on drugs and whatnot, man. Okay? That's because it's the wicked that's ruling. Matter of fact, let me get Job 9:24. This is Job 9:24. Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Alright? So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, which means that the Heavenly Father gave the earth into the hands of the ones who are classified as the wicked. Okay? And we can see that clearly today, man. Clearly. Okay? Everything that these Edomites do prove that they're the wicked, man. Just look at the condition of the earth. It proves that they are the wicked. Alright? The reason people as a whole, right, there's a lot of people now, more than ever on the planet, that don't believe in any higher power. They believe in evolution. Why? Because the wicked are in rulership. The devil, okay, the Edomites. Alright? Which call themselves so-called white people, but they're really Edomites. Alright? So, okay, he said, let me just finish that up. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, and that's a parable basically saying that that the Edomites are in rulership. That's it. Okay? If not, then who did this? Who covered the faces of the judges? You look at the different paintings of who they call Jesus. He looks like a so-called white person, which according to the Bible, he was a so-called black man. Okay, with white woolly hair. All right. So that's part of covering the faces of the judges. All right. That's called iconoclasm. Okay, and they were doing that all throughout Europe during the time of the Renaissance. Okay, because what? We were ruling Europe for 1,000 years. Okay, so the Renaissance was really them coming back. Renaissance is a French word, renaissance, which means rebirth, man. Okay, so that was rebirth of what? Rebirth of the Edomites in rulership, man. That's all that was. Okay, they were trying to deceive the planet. All right, and say, listen, we were always here. We were always ruling the earth. No, you weren't, man. Okay, going back to the Roman generals, our people were in Rome, man, and they had high positions, man. Back to Septimius Severus, and even before him. All right, we had high positions in the Roman Empire, man. Okay, so and what happened was we took over that. We started to take over, and we actually completely took over, man. We completely took over the Roman Empire. All right? So at the point where we were the rulers of the Roman Empire. So it went from what? The pagan Roman Empire to the Holy Roman Empire. And the reason it was the Holy Roman Empire is because our people were ruling. Okay? Which it wasn't even holy. It wasn't even holy, really. because they were doing wickedness. They weren't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? But that's what the transition was. It was the transition from the pagan Roman Empire to the Holy Roman Empire. Okay? Which our people were ruling the Holy Roman Empire. And from then forth, we were ruling Europe, man. Okay? We were in rulership in Europe then. Okay? Okay, so let's get on. Okay, like I said, Esau was put on the planet to deceive. Okay? The whole reason for Esau to be ruling was to be deceptive. Okay? To mess up the minds of the people. We can clearly see that the people's minds are in a complete darkness, man. Alright? They don't even know something simple as where they come from, man. What their lineage that goes through their father. They don't even understand that concept anymore. Okay? They definitely don't know how to take care of the earth. Alright? Esau has had people in such a messed up state, man. Okay? The diets are all messed up. Because he's the deceiver. He came to bring forth death. He came to bring forth evil. Alright? This is Revelations 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. All right, and that angel was Yahushua. Okay. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil. All right, because the serpent, going back to the garden, was not an actual serpent, man. All right, wasn't an actual snake. Okay, it was a man with snake-like characteristics, so it described him as a serpent. All right, and that man, he has a spirit. We all have spirits. Okay, and our spirits are recycled. They come back every generation. All right, so every 3 or 4 generations. All right, so that serpent came back in the spirit of Esau.